Welcome to Biz Headlines on GhanaWeb TV. My name is Stella Dziedzorm Sogli. To our first story, the Monetary Policy Committee of the Bank of Ghana has increased the policy rate to 29.5% from an earlier 28% announced in January this year. The decision comes after the central bank held its second meeting for 2023 to review economic developments in the country. The governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, explained that the hike is due to rising inflationary shocks, which are expected to persist as Ghana waits an IMF-supported program.
Headline inflation has declined marginally for 2 consecutive months, but continues to remain relatively high compared to the medium-term target of 8 plus or minus 2%. To place the economy firmly on the path of stability and reinforce the pace of disinflation, it is important that the monetary policy stance be tuned further to re-anchor inflation expectations towards the medium-term target. Given these considerations, the MPC decided to increase the monetary policy rate by 150 basis points to 29.5%.
Still on the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison has said that an agreement has been finalized with the Ministry of Finance on the modalities towards an MOU for zero financing of the 2023 budget. According to him, the MOU is expected to be signed by both parties soon as Ghana awaits an IMF program which is expected to restore macroeconomic stability, among others. Speaking at the 111th Monetary Policy Committee press briefing on March 27, Dr. Addison emphasized that the decision falls under the staff-level agreements reached with the IMF.
The domestic debt exchange, new revenue measures, and structural fiscal reforms will provide significant reduction of debt service and help create fiscal space. The fiscal outlook is contingent on financing of the budget and will require the conclusion of the domestic debt exchange program, as well as securing the requisite financing assurances from bilateral donors. Indications are that these discussions are proceeding well. Based on the above, it is imperative that Parliament prioritizes the passage of the revenue bills currently before it. Under the staff-level agreement with the IMF, the Bank of Ghana and the Ministry of Finance have finalized a memorandum of understanding on zero financing to the budget, which will be signed shortly.
Government secured 2.44 billion from the sale of Treasury bills in its latest auction on March 24, 2023. The auction saw an undersubscription of 764.6 million Ghana cedis. This will be the first time this year that Treasury bills have been undersubscribed. The government set the target at 3.21 billion to finance the payment of maturities for the first quarter. Meanwhile, the rates have remained quite stable in the past 2 weeks after dropping to an average of between 18.87% to 25.66%. The Vice President of the United States of America, Kamala Harris, has disclosed her government's intention to deploy a resident advisor to Ghana to help solve the country's economic crisis. Kamala Harris made this known when she arrived in Ghana on March 26, 2023. She said the resident advisor will assist the Ministry of Finance to develop and execute medium to long-term reforms to improve its debt sustainability program. Kamala Harris noted that the projects form part of its Department of Treasury's Office of Technical Assistance, OTA, to engage and strengthen public financial management across sub-Saharan Africa. Banks with a capital adequacy ratio of less than 10% of their assets have been asked by the Bank of Ghana to submit plans for recapitalization. The ratio, a principal financial soundness indicator, demonstrates banks' ability to finance their long-term capital expenditures and ventures, and was reduced from 13 to 10% in December 2022 as part of a slew of measures aimed at mitigating the domestic debt exchange program's impact on banks, as they were overexposed to the Treasury instruments, holding a third of all outstanding CD-denominated bonds. Responding to questions about bank solvency at the end of the 111th ordinary meeting of the Central Bank's Monetary Policy Committee, Governor Addison stated that the regulator had met with operators of the banks whose capital has been impacted to submit plans for a fresh injection of bonds. Consumers of petroleum products are expected to witness a significant drop in the prices of fuel from April 1, 2023. According to the Institute for Energy Security, fuel prices will likely drop between 2% and 9%. Liquefied petroleum gas, which is a key for many households, will experience a drop also in prices. The IES explained that prices of petrol and diesel will drop between 2% and 5% respectively, while LPG will decline by about 9%. Thank you so much for watching Biz Headlines this week. For more of our news stories, do log on to our website at www.ghanaweb.com. Also on YouTube at GhanaWeb TV. Follow us on our social media platforms at the GhanaWeb. My name is Stella Dziedzorm Sogli. Do have a lovely weekend.